So, July 20th, 2018. This is what I have learned in my 1 year since my explant. I believe that a higher source brought me to this Facebook page and that there is so much love and light shared in this space. There are pivotal moments in a person's life, and mine was here when I discovered what was making me so sick and in pain. I had a place I could come to where other people really understood me and supported me with the unconditional love. I felt like someone took my hand and walked me through the most difficult time in my life as I went through discovery, disbelief, anger, anxiety, self-love, self-hate, unknowns, truth, and understanding. I have taken steps forward and taken steps back, but I feel like I am at least able to participate in life. I love my small breasts. I adore the natural sag that I should have after breastfeeding 3 kids and being 48. I have learned to embrace the authentic me that includes doing life sober, almost at my 3-year mark, not wearing makeup anymore, eating healthy, and listening to my body. I used to push myself, but I recently quit my government job because it was too stressful and I felt my body starting to get sick again. I lost my benefits and a steady salary, but I am opening the door to do something I love, most likely part-time as opposed to full-time. Stress. Don't love work. Oh. I am taking a month off to let my body rest, and I get to be a full-time mom for a minute. I feel blessed that I get to do this right now. I am now listening to my body and thankful for each day allows me to move. I could barely get out of bed 1 year ago, pre-explant. I wanted to thank Nicole and her angels for offering me this safe place to heal. I will always be eternally grateful. I am blessed. Much love to all my sisters who helped me get to where I am today. Thank you. And I cannot say thank you enough. Love this group. And as I guess to share my story and everything that I've been through, I'm just thankful that someone like Nicole took the opportunity to start this group and share this information and bring awareness to other people who are sick like me, because there's a lot of women sick. And I guess for a long time, I don't know if I felt ashamed, but now as I've gone through my recovery and I see where other women, like when they finally discover how thankful they are, I want to be that advocate to help bring awareness my own self. So I just want to get the information out there, share my story, and let other people heal and start the process, because it's life-changing. And I will always, always be so thankful to this group. So part of my recovery from breast implant illness is food was my medicine. And so I ate vegan and followed juice methods from the Medical Medium book. 95% of my food that I ate was whole foods and no sugar. Big part of my recovery. One of my posts was from July 26, 2019. Today is my 2-year explant anniversary. My life prior to explant was complete and utter exhaustion. Bone, tired, anxiety, depression, night sweats, brain fog, memory loss, hair loss, couldn't remember what year it was, withdrawal from people. I needed sleep in any spare moment I had. I was working a sleeping night shift. My 13-year-old daughter, I was wondering what time okay, hang on, I'm going back into this. My 13-year-old daughter had to take care of me. I was broken and sick. My life after explant, I was working 4 jobs, about 87 hours a week, 16 of which were sleeping night shift. I am also a caregiver 40 hours a week. I'm a case manager at community-based rehabilitation specialist in the adult mental health field, and I do touch therapy as a professional snugglist. I play tennis 3 days a week for 2 hours each time, and I am fully involved in my daughter's life and go to all of her functions. So before this, I couldn't go to anything. I couldn't function. So I missed out on a lot of her things. I read one book a week rather than listening to a book on my phone. I am happy, alive, well, and in love with my life. I owe it to this support group. I am thankful for getting sick as part of my journey because I would have never got sober otherwise. Everything happens for a reason. I will have my 4 years September 6th at this particular date. I do not take wellness for granted. I made a gratitude list every day. Thank you to everyone in this group for being fearless and vulnerable. You saved my life. And these women did save my life because in this support group, everyone gets real and they talk about what it is that they're going through. I remember when I first got, it's a closed group, and I got in, I couldn't pull away because their story was my story. Everything I saw, I was like, oh my gosh, that is what's wrong with me. And when you finally know and you get that answer, like, you can do something about it. So I, explanted, like I said, 3 weeks later, and it changed my life. But I was so sick. I remember being so worried about like what I was going to look like afterwards, and it's okay. I'm so happy, like, because having your health over having breasts, there is no comparison. So in this particular, May 27th, 2018, I wrote, not only have I embraced my small breasts, I take the pads out of all of my bras to look as small as possible because I think I look beautiful that way. If I see someone smaller than me, I am almost jealous. Welcome the new me. So I totally embraced and love my body the way that it is, small breasts and all. So this is from July 26, 2017. Surgery went well per my call with my doctor. He said that both implants had attached to my ribs and that he was not able to do in-block. In-block is the preferred method where they remove the implant and the capsule at the same time, because if the capsule that is protecting from the foreign object ruptures, it goes inside the cavity of the your body, which it holds like a lot of microorganisms that make you more sick. So get in-block removal if at all possible. That's what I had asked for, but he wasn't able to do it. Let's see. So both implants were attached to my ribs. He was not able to do in-block, but did remove the entire capsule. He said my left side had much more capsular contracture and was a lot thicker than my right, but he had to cauterize on both sides. I am extremely sore and taking pain meds for the amount of pain I am in. Tylenol would not have been an option. He sent a sample of my implant solution and tissue for testing to the lab and stated that they look good. He took pictures, and I forgot to ask how he was going to send those to me. I have my implants and they look good. I will take a picture and post. He said that I have a hernia where my belly button is, that I will need to get that taken care of, but I still haven't. I still have that. He said he is a very gentle man. He did aromatherapy in the room to pull in good energy. I could cry. I'm so happy to have my implants out of my body. Thank you for all of the prayers and love today from everyone. I love you. And gosh, there's a picture. Let's see if I can show you what I looked like. I'm just going to see if I can do this. Turn this around. Because I was not good. Oh, shoot. I'm just going to turn it around. This was me. super sick. Hopefully that worked. I don't know how else to do it. But yeah, just moments after my explant, I was so happy to get them out because I knew, based on everyone else's stories, that this was going to be the start of my recovery, which it takes years because your body is like fighting all these toxins for so many years that when you get them out, like your body still has, it just takes time to heal. So let's see, when was this? 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21. So almost 4 years later, I'm still not 100%, but I have so much more quality of life. Like I was working a sleeping night shift and that was all I could do for work because I couldn't like stop work completely. I still had to pay my bills, but my job was like to write my initials and write the date. And I would have to go back to my phone and look and then go back over and go, crap, what was that again? Go to my phone and look on the date. Couldn't remember the date from the time I walked from my phone that was plugged in over to my paperwork to put that in. Crazy. That's what the implants do. Get your implants out now. Today is not my 9-month. Okay, so this is May 19th, 2018. Today is my 9-month post-explant anniversary. I was so sick for 4 years, all I wanted to do was sleep. I finally had to quit my job, and my mom and daughter had to take care of me for 2 months. I couldn't function. I checked out of life. At the time of explant, I was doing an 8-hour 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. sleeping shift, and then I would go home and sleep for 4 or 5 more hours. I was exhausted all of the time. When I explanted, I thought I would be back to myself overnight, but it does take time. I can say that I am now working 40 hours a week. I bike ride for a half an hour a day. I take my daughter to dance 1 time a week, which I couldn't do before because I was just too sick, and can mow the lawn. Now, I still get tired towards 8 p.m., but I feel so much better. Today I went for a 5-mile bike ride with my daughter, and then we went to lunch and we did the paddle boats for another hour. This would have been impossible 9 months ago. I am so thankful to this group that saved my life and continues to save other people's lives. I still cry when someone new posts and they have found their answer to why they were sick. Food has helped me heal. I give it good nutrition to help it do what it needs to do to heal. Thank you to everyone here for helping me on my journey and getting well. I am so thankful for every post and the compassion behind this support group. Much love. December 11th, 2017. Yesterday, my daughter reached over, grabbed my hand, kissed my cheek, and said, "I am so glad that you are not sick anymore and that we got to do everything we did today." I explanted July 26th, and I have been getting better every day. I got to go to her dance recital on Saturday and a full day of shopping on Sunday without feeling exhausted. I guess I had not taken inventory in a while of where I was at the healing process, but she noticed. We got to go bra shopping for her first real bra, and I felt blessed. I had the stamina to do everything we did together. It was special, and I feel blessed that I don't have to miss out on the important occasions anymore, because I did miss out on so much because I was so sick. I couldn't go to any of her events, and there was a role reversal because I was sick. She had to take care of me instead of me taking care of her, and I checked out of life for a long, long time because I just couldn't. I was exhausted. It was my implants. So I remember she kissed my hand, said, "I'm glad you're not sick anymore." I am hoping that for so many other people that they find out what's wrong with them. It's your implants. Get them out. July 30th, 2017. I had my breast explant on Wednesday, July 26th. I wasn't nervous at all for the surgery, mostly relieved for the healing to begin. My fiance was by my side every step of the way. He changed my drains, had my schedule set up for antibiotics and pain meds, got me food and fruit when I was hungry. The pain was more severe than I anticipated, but seems to be getting better now. I feel like I might have a yeast infection from the antibiotics. I have only been able to do a few small bowel movements, so my tummy is pretty extended. My doctor did take my compression bra off the day after surgery because I was flying out the next day. I did this in Arizona because it was cheaper. It was $3,200 all said and done with anesthesiologist, surgery, everything. So I flew there because, it's between $7,000 and $15,000 to get your implants out, and so this was the cheapest place. I was pretty out of it still, so I didn't get a very good look. I keep trying to peek at my compression bandage. It's pretty tight. It is okay to undo the bandage and, is it okay? I was asking a question. Is it okay to undo the bandage and do it back up? My doctor said that the capsular, I always get that word wrong, conjecture was on both sides. He labeled it a 1.2 and 2 per my memory. I was a little out of it. He said that it was stuck to my ribs, and he had to cauterize on both sides. Guess what? My pain I had on my left side, neck, jaw, back, clavicle, shoulder, etc., is gone. Like, I had so much left pain for years, and after surgery, it was gone. Yay! I was so happy. I am thankful that I made this choice and that I had my angel fiance taking care of me in the most gentle way. I have so many changes I want to create in my life now that I feel like I get a second chance of life. And it literally was like, I got to the point where I was like, if this is what life is about, I don't want it. Like, I need to check out because I was in so much pain, no quality, had to sleep every waking second. I'd go to my sleeping night shift and then come home and sleep again. I couldn't do anything. So if you're well, be appreciative. Thank you. Let's see. Thank you for all of my other breasty angels who held healing space. I can never thank you enough. My support group, I love them so much. They help. I mean, they like in such a gentle way, like from the time I was a part of the group, they just like held this space of gentleness, love, unconditional positive regard, and kind of take your hand and guide you through, because you know nothing. Like, I didn't know what an implant was. I didn't know that there was going to be a shell around my implants. I didn't know what I needed to ask the doctor or what doctor to go to, so they just like took my hand, and every single question I had, like they would just answer and just go, "You're not alone." And that was the nice thing. And like, I would say something that was going on with me, and they're like, "Yep, me too. Yep, been there, done that. Yep, had that pain. Yep, hair loss, crazy. And yep, brain fog. Yes, depression, anxiety. Yeah, they had all of it." So everything that I was experiencing, the night sweats, like I'd wake up and I would just be in a pool of wet from my body trying to sweat out these toxins, and would have to change the sheets and my clothes in the middle of the night because it was bad. I unwrapped my compression bandage to pull out my drains today. I tried so hard not to cry, but I did. I cried really hard. My fiance just held me and told me I looked beautiful. I was thankful that I made this choice. I am thankful that my sweetie took such good care of me. He even gave me a full sponge bath today. Has my meds down to within The minute that I am supposed to take them, he washed and conditioned my hair and helped me with my doctor recommendations to help get my first bowel movement. My tummy doesn't look preggo anymore, which I did look pregnant. It was like all my inflammatory. I was like totally inflamed. Let's see. My daughter came to visit today and said, "Wow, your eyes look really white." I had not mentioned a word to her about the changes people see in the eye color change. I give myself permission to grieve about the change in my breast. But bigger than that, I am thankful for the joy I feel in my heart to see my soul begin a new life. I love my fiance for giving me such tender love through this process. And I love, love, love every single woman who is on this support group. You are saving lives, including mine, and you will always be so dear to my heart. My special, special support group women. So this is July 23rd, 2017. 3 days until I fly to Arizona and have my explant done by Dr. Taki. I brought 2 bras that zip in the front and 1 small, 1 medium. He said that he will send the tissue to the lab and have it tested and give my implants back to me, which was really important. You want to always get your implants back, so find a doctor who does that. Let's see. Will I be able to bring that back on the plane? Oh, that was my question to my support group. I wanted to see if I could bring my implants back on the plane. I am just doing a carry-on. I will store those in the fridge or the freezer. I wasn't sure, but I don't have them stored there. My doctor stated that he will not be able to do in-block, but will take the entire capsule out. Is this something I should push for, or just trust that he is on the preferred list and that he will do what is the best practice for my circumstance? This was like a big one for me because I said, in-block, in-block. And he said he wasn't going to do it 3 days before my surgery. But I was so desperate that at this point I didn't care. But now I kind of do because I think that there's some capsule left. I just need to go back in and have exploratory surgery. I have a hard time advocating for myself sometimes. Deep-seated psychological stuff that I still need to conquer. Mine are under the muscle. Have others been able to do in-block successfully that were under the muscle? My question to my support group. I am getting so excited. I am hopeful this anxiety feeling that I have had in my chest and pain on my left side will start to go away after explant. Again, I am so thankful for all the friends on this page. You have helped me to go into this with courage and hope. Lots of love to all of you. This group changed my life. I will always and forever be eternally grateful for everything that everyone shared, which was some huge, deep emotions and feelings and illness and the recovery. They just took my hand and held it as I did this. October 16th, 2017. I am taking my 13-year-old daughter to the doctor on Wednesday. She had a colonoscopy and endoscopy the beginning of July 2017 for symptoms of bloating. Looks like she's pregnant sometimes. Nausea and abdominal pain. She has been vegan for 6 months because she can't eat any dairy, meat, oil, or sugar. It increases the bloating and nausea, and if she eats these things. We recently introduced wheat into her diet because the gluten-free taste of things was making her nauseous. In my gut, I feel like this is related to breastfeeding her for 3.5 years with the saline smooth implants. I was going to see if they could test for silicone poisoning and heavy metals. Does any of this sound like Lyme, Hashimoto's, or parasites? I want to go into the appointment with ideas and information. When I mentioned that, I thought her GI issues may be from my implants. She discounted it, my doctor. Any help or suggestions are greatly appreciated. My daughter cried a few nights ago. She wants her life back and is tired of being sick. The only diagnosis they came back with is IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, a fancy word for we don't know. So my daughter had a lot of GI issues, like I said, like in this post. She couldn't eat hardly anything without bloating, having that abdominal pain, and I believe that it's because I breastfed her for 3.5 years and I had my implants in. So I think I passed a lot of those toxins onto her, and that's why she had those issues. I can't confirm it. I don't know how to confirm it. It's just one of those instincts that a mom has. And I still fully believe that. So she's doing better now, given the time that she has had. But for like 5 years, she was really super sick. And my other girls, my 2 older girls, never a problem with food, bloating, any of that. And but I didn't have my implants, and I didn't breastfeed my 2 older girls with the implants, just Gracie. Another post that I did on that is I said she did get really sick after an immunization that she had about 2 years ago. I have never let them give her another one since. It was a set of 3. She got the first one and then her body shut down. This could be what caused the problem. It's just so hard to know. So it could have even been a combination of both. I explanted about 7 weeks ago and I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I have had a setback. I have been getting some aches in my leg muscles and my joints hurt. I have also been getting some headaches and hip pain. I even had to get my heating pad out again and taking Epsom salt baths daily. I never really had these symptoms before explant. The only change is that I went from sleeping night shifts to working days this last week, and it put some stress on me. I really am not complaining because my symptoms before explant were 100 times, 1,000 times. I put 100, but 1,000 times worse. I just wasn't expecting to feel like this. Has this happened to anyone else? I was just asking that question, but just in the process of kind of where I'm at now and knowing and reading everyone's posts is that this does happen. You have moments where you start to heal, and then you have kind of a setback and then start over again. And so the symptoms will be gone for a little while and then come back, just because it takes years for your body to heal from these implants. One of the other comments that I posted in that feed is, yeah, I am tired. I fought BII for so long and I sometimes feel stuck. I wish I could just take like a month to sleep and get caught up. But I couldn't. I still had to pay my bills and I still was a mom and I still had to do life even though I was sick and I really needed it. Man, if I could have taken a month off and just sleep and get caught up and eat healthy food and rest, that would have been amazing. That was not what I was going to be able to do. I still trudge forward and try to do the best I can. My 13-year-old daughter has taken over a lot of would be my responsibility. She cooks breakfast and dinner for us. I have been a little sad lately. She missed out on what a real mom is supposed to be like. I have a lot of guilt. She had to take care of me. She was only 13. She did it. That's why I try to do so much for her. She just had a volleyball game and she couldn't make it over the net with her serve. I cried.
while sitting in the bleachers because I didn't have the energy with BII to practice with her or teach her. I can my hands and arms are still sensitive to touch, so I can only throw her the ball. I can't hit it back and forth. I am just going to admit it. I am angry and sad. I am angry that I felt lied to about the real effects of breast implants, and sad that I missed so much of quality of life that was stolen, all in the name of bigger boobs. It breaks my heart to read so many women's stories and that the industry hasn't been shut down. Depression is alive and rearing its head this last week. I tried to be strong, but dang, it's hard sometimes. It makes me sad, everything I missed out, because I was so sick. And Gracie had to pick up the slack and become the adult. And I so bad wanted to help her. I remember with her volleyball, but I couldn't. That was just one of the things. That's why I think I so bad want to show up now for her. I'm so thankful for the things that she did. She made just a lot of sacrifices. And I'm glad that I can go to her things, and this is going to be her senior year, so I'm really wanting to just be involved and be there for her in every way that I can. Oh man, didn't know I was going to get that emotional. Oh, I just got done crying, so my eyes are a little red. Anyways, I just keep reading the posts that I have on Facebook. So this was June 21st, 2017, when I first got accepted into this support group, Breast Implant Illness and recovery. I just got accepted to this group. First of all, I want to thank you all for having this forum to discuss this topic. I need any kind of help I can get. I have had saline implants behind the muscle for 20 years. The last 2.5 years, I have been in body pain, mostly on my left side, but it's in my neck, my shoulder, skull, ribs, side, next to my implants. The doctor diagnosed me with myalgia, did lots of lab work. I was low on iron and vitamin D. My inflammatory markers are fine. But actually, after I got I ordered my lab results, my inflammatory markers were not fine. So make sure, don't take just your doctor's word for it. Ask for your lab's results. During my gynecological exam last week, I told her that I was still in pain and extremely low energy. I quit my full-time job and took a night shift where I can go to sleep for my living, because that's all I could do, a sleeping night shift. At my job, typing all day was causing so much pain that even half days were excruciating. They ran a nerve conduction test to see if I had carpal tunnel, but the test came back fine. At this point, I didn't know. I still didn't know what was wrong with me. They said it was tendonitis. When my doctor touched the side of my ribs next to the implant, it was very tender and she could feel inflammation. She had ordered a diagnostic mammogram with an ultrasound. Should I have this done? Will it show anything? Could my implants rupture? These are the questions I was asking. I called my local plastic surgeon here in Boise, Dr. Kramer, and they charge $100 consult fee, so $100 just to talk to them about getting an explant, and stated it would be between $6,000 and $10,000 to have them removed. Yeah, that was devastating news. They suggested I go through my original surgeon, which was Brad Christensen in Utah. So at this point, like, I was just trying to find surgeons who would do it for less than that, because that was a lot of money. I mean, I had an emergency fund, but not that much that I wanted to spend on this. So I'm just asking about like different surgeons. It said, I am tired of brain fog, pain, low quality of life, and feeling exhausted all the time. I didn't realize it could be my implants until recently. I didn't realize it would be so much to get them out. Yeah, that's a shocker. And I feel so bad for women who now know that it's their implants from becoming a part of the support group, and they don't have the money or the means to be able to get them out. They're stuck, sick, until they have enough money because insurance doesn't pay for it. Yeah, insurance won't pay for it. Considered cosmetic. That needs to change. I do have insurance due to being unemployed for a bit. Is this covered under insurance? And no, it wasn't. It said, another thing that I forgot to mention is that I have been losing my hair. I have to put it back in a ponytail every day, and I have to pee a lot. It seems like this is a part of the symptoms that people get. And then my questions that back then were like, when people say capsule, ? What does that mean? I just went into this not knowing anything, as all these other women do. But the capsule is like this protector that surrounds itself entirely around this foreign object, your implants, that they put in your body to protect it, because it's like, okay, this is not supposed to be here. And then I had like my hair loss photos. Ooh. Man, okay, I'm gonna see if I can just pull this up. I don't know if I can, but it was bad. I had like back here just a chunk gone, and I would just, in the shower after washing my hair, it'd just be like handfuls, like gobs of hair that has fallen out from my implants. So I'm looking at a picture right now. It's just like this huge bald spot right here from, and mine wasn't even as bad as a lot of women's, but after you start losing your hair, you're like, oh my gosh, what in the heck is happening? So July 31st, 2017, I had my fiance take off my compression bandage. So after you have surgery, they just do like this bandage that's really tight to hold everything into place as you're healing. Because I wanted to look at my explant for the first time since surgery. It looks so wrinkly. I was almost in shock, and it was a shocker. I mean, you kind of always hope for the best, but at this point, I didn't care what I look like. But still, I was like, I don't know, I wanted to take a peek. And then my question, will that even itself out? I really wasn't expecting what I saw. Maybe I should have waited. So I think I don't remember. So the 31st. So yeah, I hadn't seen myself, and this was my first time, and I was like, oh dear. But it actually fluffs out and it looks okay, and I still have my breasts are saggy. I don't think he fixed any of the muscle or did muscle repair, and so I actually don't care about any of that, and I think the smaller the better. I love my small breasts. I love that I have my health, and that is not something I even think about. Something I thought about as I was going through it, just because it was like, so present, but I just look at my boobs and go, oh well, I'm 50 and I breastfed 3 kids, so I'm good. I had him put it right back on just a few minutes later, so hopefully it'll be okay. I just wanted to see. I wasn't supposed to take off the compression bra, but oh well. Let's see. July 25th, 2017. I have surgery tomorrow. My doctor prescribed that and some antibiotics. Should I take it or not? Mixed reviews. I mean, there's so many things you're like, do I or don't I? I don't know. What's the best thing? July 22nd, 2017. Okay, so this was a question that I had. I'm curious about something. I have Mentor Saline Smooth implants. I had them put in after my second daughter was done breastfeeding. And then I had my daughter Gracie, which was a surprise. And I breastfed her for 3.5 years. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, and enjoyed every minute of it. She had GI problems for years, last 5 being the worst. She had an ultrasound done yesterday, and she's scheduled for an endoscopy and colonoscopy on June 26th. She had to eat gluten-free, but even though she gets bloated after she eats, she has pain. She has gone through the protocol with the GI specialist, taken all the medications they prescribed to her, but nothing has helped. She is 13 and has suffered. Do you think her issues could be related to breastfeeding while I had my implants in? That was my question. I've done more research, and I honestly believe that that is what was wrong with her. Breastfeeding while I had those toxic implants in. So as I was doing my research, I was just asking questions about like cost. I had no idea how much an explant would be. So this was June 21st, 2017. What is the average cost of having implants removed? Is there any kind of financial help anywhere for this procedure? Some insurance companies do pay for it, but the majority of them don't. So the ones that actually do, I think you have to have meet certain criteria, like the capsular contracture, I think is what it's called. And again, just a very, very minimal amount of insurance companies. So because I've been a part of this group for all these years, some women have posted that yes, their implants removal was covered, but the majority are not. When I called, they said about $4,000 for removal, given there are no complications, and that it's around $1,600 for the hospital, another $1,600 for anesthesia. If I wanted a lift, it would be an additional $4,000. Does this seem average of what this will cost? And so that's why I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, shocker to be able to get your implants out that are making you sick. You're like desperate. And so I was so thankful because the support group, Breast Implant Illness and Healing by Nicole, had a list of preferred doctors at that time and how much they charge for explant. And so that's why I ended up flying to Tucson, Arizona to get my explant, because it was going to be $3,200 all said and done. Anesthesiologists, they had their own surgery center. And so I was like, yep, let's do this. Like, I'll take your first available. So August 22nd, 2019, I am 2 years post explant. So much better, but still not 100%. I keep thinking there is still some capsule left in me. Based on my pictures, what do you think? So after I posted these pictures, yeah, my doctor, he was taken off the preferred list because I do not. That's why I think that there's capsule left in me, because this is what it looks like. It's just like little chunks. And so I've seen where other people have had their capsules removed, and there's way more tissue, capsule tissue, than that. So that's what makes, and some other things that make me believe. Let's see. Then they said,
I said I asked for an in block initially, but he stated due to the capsule adhering to my rib, he wouldn't be able to. Now I know better, which I wished, I don't know, I was just so desperate to get it out. So I was like, yes, $3,200, like, let's do this. I don't care if you get the whole thing, but now knowing what I know, I would have probably waited a little bit and found a doctor who did in block. I did ask for and pay for a total capsule to be removed. And then it says, so I actually had posted my post-op information because someone was asking, what did your OR report say? And it says, yes, in one sentence it says the majority removed and the remainder was cauterized. So it was never really clear to me, which it still is not clear to me. So that's what makes me think that there's still some capsule left, and that's why I just get like towards the end of the day, this bone tired and lose energy and still have a little bit of pain. And so I just need to bite the bullet and go back in and have them look and see. That way I will have that peace of mind. August 29th, 2017. Let's see, I am 1 day shy of my 5-week post-explant, and I love, love, love my small boob size. I even curled my hair today, first time in almost 3 years. Why, you ask? Because I had the energy to do it. I am so happy to get my life back. Yeah, that was the thing. I didn't have energy to do anything when I was so sick with my implants. August 22nd, 2017. Tomorrow I will be 4 weeks explant. Before explant, I was very sick and slept any chance I got. My job right now is actually a sleeping night shift because it's the only job I still had energy to do and still have a small income. Before I explanted, the smallest of tasks seemed so overwhelming. If I had a load of laundry to do, it would take 1 day to psych myself up to doing it. 1 day just to get it in the wash machine, and the next day in the dryer, and then to my bed, and then the next day fold and put it away. So this last week, post-explant, I planned a barbecue and invited my family over. Took my girls to the park for lunch and socializing. Went to Costco, picked up a birthday gift, and had my lunch with my ex-mother-in-law. Got school supplies for my daughter and did the grocery shopping. Did 3 loads of laundry, cleaned the bathroom, and ran the dishwasher. I even said yes to picking up one extra day shift this week. I am in love with my real breasts. They are exactly as I remembered them 20 years ago. I can't believe I ever thought that they weren't perfect. My life has changed, and I am so excited that I am saying yes now more than I am saying no. It is real, ladies, the hill that they talk about. I have not had one anxiety attack since explant. I haven't had to use my heating pad, and I have more clarity and energy. I am so thankful to my breasty friends for being there the whole step of the way. I love you all. So this is like my first time getting my life back in some small way, just being able to do these small things like a load of laundry that doesn't take 5 days because I was so exhausted and sick from my implants. So August 6, 2017. So just an update from before and 12 days explant. It still appears to be concave near the top of where my chest is, but I think it will fill in more. I've been wearing my compression bandage faithfully, but it hurts sometimes where the Velcro meets the skin. And then I also wrote, I am so happy to report that I no longer have any pain on my left side. I had to use a heating pad on my left side of my neck and my back for almost 3 years and have now retired my heating pad to the closet. I remember that day. Oh my gosh. Yeah, heating pad was my friend because I was in so much pain. Last night was my second night going back to work doing the sleeping night shift, and I had the energy to do it. Yesterday, I was able to get a baby shower gift, attend a baby shower, do a load of laundry and put in on clean sheets, unload the dishwasher, clean the bathroom, and go to work. Prior to surgery, this would have never happened. My 13-year-old daughter kept asking me, "Are you sure you're okay to do this?" Because she was used to me not being able to do any of that. Meaning everything I did yesterday, and meaning, let's see, "Are you sure you're okay to do this?" Meaning everything I did yesterday, and for the first time in 3 years, I could say yes. Whereas before, it was a no. Let's see. I didn't feel exhausted or fatigued. I am so happy I explanted. I feel different. I can't put everything into words yet, but I feel like I am alive, really alive, and I can start dreaming again. My life is so much different. It's kind of interesting. I'm so glad I wrote this down and have a record of it to see, because sometimes you forget as time goes on. But my goal right now is to just bring awareness to other women that all these things that you're feeling, don't know what's wrong, it's your implants. November 1st, 2017. Hi everyone. I am 13 weeks post-op today, and I wanted to share where I'm at symptom-wise at this point. My pain on my left side is 90% gone. My fuzzy vision is 90% better. I don't have depression or anxiety symptoms. The inflammation is 100% gone. I still don't have all of my energy back yet. I get a little tired towards the end of the day, but I am able to engage in life about 90% of the time, compared to 0%. My hair still falls out, but not in the big chunks like it used to. I am using food as my healing medicine to continue to get well. I feel so blessed right now to have a job working the sleeping night shift. When I come home, I sleep for another 3 to 4 hours. I feel like I am getting caught up on years worth of being not just exhausted, but being bone tired. Like, I can't do this one more day tired. The stage in my life is what I call my resting period. I will eventually have to get another job because $8.50 an hour isn't much, but for right now, the no stress position is worth it to me. I am starting to think clearer, and my word recall is coming back. The haze has lifted, and I feel like I can actually think. I will always be so thankful to this group. You saved my life, and they did. I am so thankful to this group. They gave me all the knowledge and support and love. Let's see. You saved my life. I was dying, and now I am starting a new life. I will never take my health for granted. Pics are before, so I have some pictures of before and after. Let's see. I said the fluff fairy. They talk about fluffing. The fluff fairy missed my house, but to be honest, I don't care at all. And at all is in capital letters. There are a lot of small booby, very cute bras. I am thankful to have my implants out and that I am slowly getting my life back. It is a process. I did not get well in the first weeks or first months. It has taken 3 months, and I have been feeling better as time goes on. Thank you, God, for guiding me to this group, and thank you, Breasties, for being raw and sharing your truth. It helped me find my answers. So I am in the process of skipping forward to when I had my breast implants and my breast implant illness. So one of the things that I did is I was in a support group called Breast Implant Illness and Recovery. And so I did a lot of posts as I was finding out the information about what this was. So I want to start from the beginning, but I just found one of my posts that has the picture of my implants. And so as I figure out how to navigate and video all of this, I'm going to piece it together. So this was August 6, 2017. From what I had wrote on Facebook on my support group. I just got my pictures back from surgery. He said that my left had more capsule than my right and was attached to my ribs and other tissue. So when you have a foreign object in your body, there's a capsule that encompasses that because it's trying to protect you from that foreign object. And so mine, when it came back, there wasn't like a lot of capsule left. And so I was putting a question out to the group. Let's see, it was attached to my ribs and other tissue. This is why I had so much pain on my left side and had to sleep on a heating pad for 2.5 years. Literally 2.5 years, heating pad, because I was in so much pain. That's a long time. But then not knowing what's wrong with you. And it was like 5 years in total when well, actually probably before that, but got really bad for the last 5 years. The pain is completely gone now. I am still just so tender, and my breasts look concave near the top, near my chest area. Here are some of the pics. So I took a pic and I'll put that in there once I figure out how to do that. Perhaps I just didn't have a lot of capsule on the right side. I haven't received my operation report yet because my doctor is still on vacation. What do you think? I am hoping that it has all been removed. But actually, my doctor ended up getting taken off the preferred list because of me posting these pictures. And they said, I don't think it'll look right. But I was new to this. Like from the time that I learned that I had breast implant illness, like it was 3 weeks. And so I was doing all kinds. I just was obsessed with this support group, looking at other people's stories, crying, because I finally knew what was wrong with me, why I was so sick, and it was my implants. So I'm going to read from my journal too, like as I was going through that process, but this is just one of the posts that I did that I went back to and I was able to find at that time. So I think actually right now some of the capsule is left, and so I need to have exploratory surgery, and I'm looking for somebody in Idaho. I was actually searching yesterday, and there's a gal in Boise who does it, so just to go back in and see if there is some capsule, because I really do think that there is some that got left behind, and that can make you sick, because even though I have saline implants, there's 40 different toxins in the shell that encompasses the saline. So I'm super thankful because I am not where I was, like so super sick, but I still kind of get like this bone tired towards the end of the day. And I do work a lot, but it's different. It's like, I just feel like there's, when you get that intuition, I feel like something still is wrong. So anyways, I'm going to piece this together and get something out on breast implant illness, because I feel like there needs to be more information and awareness for women to know what's wrong with them. Thanks. Hi, everyone. So I'm going through my Facebook page when I became a part of Breast Implant Illness and Healing by Nicole. It was the thing that absolutely saved my life. I was so sick and I didn't know what was wrong with me. So I'm piecing together some of my the things that I posted to help others as they're going through this process and discovering what's wrong with you. It's your implants. So it says, "Hi sisters, I gave my info to Abbott Law Group and received an email a few days ago with a 12-page questionnaire. So I was wanting to see if I could get some help paying for my explant, because once you find out you're sick with your implants, it's considered cosmetic surgery, which is crazy that is even a thing, because it's what's causing all this illness. And I'll go over all my symptoms and stuff in a later video, but I was so sick and found out that it was my implants. I wanted to get them out and I had to pay for it myself because insurance wouldn't cover it. So anyways, this was a questionnaire. It says, I'm going to post some of the questions that were on there so that you can start thinking about things that you may want to get tested for and keep record of. You will need your implant and explant info, date of implant, explant, plastic surgeon, the name of the address if that was sent to you with your pathology, and if you have the implants. Testing. Heavy metal workup, including lead, mercury, arsenic, platinum, cadmium, copper, zinc, etc. ANA, anti-nuclear antibodies, sed rate, rheumatoid factor, anti-CCP, CPR, C-reactive protein, and any other lab testing. Implant rupture or leakage, mold toxicity, chronic fatigue, muscle joint pain and weakness, swelling in joints, memory loss, brain fog, unexplained skin rashes, hair loss, which was a main thing for me, and also the memory loss and brain fog, which I still don't have my memory back. There's sections of my life that I don't remember. And the brain fog, I can't even remember what year it was when I was at my sickest. Stomach intestinal issues, silicone toxicity, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, any type, Raynaud's, Sjögren's, connective tissue disease, any type, MS. It asks for symptoms not listed above, RNL physician name, and first symptoms and date of diagnosis. So I didn't have any of this stuff. Like, it's not something you think to keep of. So I was just putting a note out to other women that this is what they're going to ask for on, like, if they are going to start a lawsuit. Name and specialty doctor, address, and date of treatment. If you were given any pamphlets or other information that at the time of implant, which if I did, mine was 20 years prior, so I didn't keep that stuff. I looked and looked and looked for a file, but I didn't have it. It's not something you think of. And at this time, they didn't say that you had to get them switched out every 10 years. So if you were given information, consent, or warranty documentation from the manufacturer, which I wasn't because I don't think they did that 20 years ago. Prior to implant surgery, did you sign paperwork that discussed the problems that you could be associated with breast implants? No, because they didn't do that either. Let's see, prior to implant surgery, do you recall any paperwork or discussion regarding the life of your implants or when they would need to be replaced? Again, no, that wasn't a thing. I only had 2 sets of lab results that I ordered from my physician, one prior to the explant due to finding this group and one afterward, but I wasn't sure what to get. So that's the thing, I had 3 weeks from the time I found out that I had breast implant illness was the time. 3 weeks later is when I had my explant. I didn't know what questions do, what lab results, and I was barely functioning. I couldn't even get out of bed. So to even think about what I needed or ask for was beyond me, what I was capable of. Let's see. But I wasn't sure what to get. I was self-diagnosed with hair loss and other symptoms, so you may want to go in and actually be seen to have paper trail for your symptoms, because it's not something you think about with all this stuff. Yeah, it was my implants. That's why I went to all these 40 different specialists for what's wrong with me. Start making a folder and keep any and all information for each appointment you go to, just in case you need to present that information later on. I didn't have any of this stuff. So when I filed for this lawsuit, I got a denial. I just was I don't know. I didn't keep any of this stuff. Also keep a journal of symptoms that were not mentioned. For me, it was frequent urination, anxiety, depression, pain on my left side, hand pain. I even went to a hand specialist, and they did testing on my hands, and they're like, your hands are fine. I'm like, no, they're not. I cry and I put ice on them every single day because they hurt. But I can't think of the test right now just because, yeah, My memory's not all that great anymore. Let's see, hand pain. That was so severe. Night sweats, dry eyes. Went to a specialist for that, and eyes feeling fuzzy, and I had like this pinching feeling underneath my eyes, etc. And then hopefully this helps. So I was just giving women information at this particular point of what they might want to keep moving forward, or even order all these things from your doctors, because you don't know that this is what's happening to you, and so it's not something you think about keeping a folder on. So I was just giving them a heads up from someone who had been there and done that. Here is one of my posts, November 11th, 2018. I had my explant July of 2017. Today I can say that I am 100% healed, which I thought it was, but I would say maybe 99.9. I need to go back in and have exploratory surgery and make sure that they got all the capsule, because I believe that there was some left in. My pain is completely gone. It is the last symptom hanging on. I am working full-time, playing tennis 3 days a week. I am happy, and I can remember what year it is, because before breast implant illness, didn't know what year it was. I had that much of brain fog. For those going through recovery, it does take time, but you will get there. This Facebook group saved my life, and I will eternally be grateful. I love my body. I love my breasts that resemble breastfeeding 3 children. I love me and all of my imperfections.